Hello! E aí, tá pronto para estudar mais um pouquinho de inglês? Vamos lá? Hoje é lição 32. Lesson 32. Como é que você está se sentindo? Tá repetindo bem? A pronúncia tá boa? Vamos colocar no quadro? Lesson 32. Lesson 32. Quando a gente vai chegando neste ponto, a gente já sabe que está com o inglês melhor, que as coisas estão ficando mais fáceis. Para você, o primeiro trecho do Follow Me.
You got a wrench down there? What did you say? You got a wrench? Yeah, you find one in my toolbox.
Hello again. In today's program, we're going to talk about people. Who they are, where they live or used to live, what they do or used to do. So let's listen to this policeman. He's asking some questions.
Hello, Mary. Who is she?
Her name's Mrs. Russell. She comes from London. 29 Bridge Road, Acton. She's visiting her married daughter. That's Mrs. Peters, 16 Bramble Lane.
Peters, Bramble Lane. I think I know the family.
Well, Mrs. Russell was bringing some money for her daughter, £200. She had it in her bag on the train, but when she got here, the bag was gone.
Okay, I'll talk to her.
Oh, by the way, there was a young man with long hair on the train sitting next to Mrs. Russell, and after he got off, she couldn't find her bag.
A long-haired young man, eh? Ah, well, long hair. That explains it, doesn't it? Well, tell me about this young man on the train, Mrs. Russell.
David, you mean?
David?
Yes. His name was David Masters.
That's what he told you.
Yes. He said his name was David Masters, and he told me he lived in Brightsea.
I see.
Well, he said he used to live in Brightsea. He lives in London now, really. He's a student at the university. He told me that he took his exams last week, and he said he was going back to Brightsea for the holidays.
He told you all that?
Yes?
So, he said he was a student at London University.
That's right. And I'm sure he is, Sergeant. He's very nice.
We'll see, Mrs. Russell. Excuse me a minute.
That young man?
Yes, he's the one we want. He said his name was David Masters. He said he lived in Brightsea. Ha!
He does.
What?
He lives in Brightsea. I telephoned. The Masters family have a son, David.
Oh.
But he's not at home at the moment.
Ah, of course he's not. He's spending that £200.
I don't think so.
David.
Hello, Mrs. Russell. Are you looking for this?
Yes, thank you.
Are you David Masters?
Yes.
And you've got Mrs. Russell's bag.
That's right. I've got her bag, and she's got my bag.
Have I?
Yes. That's mine, and this is yours. Your handbag was in it. Were you worried?
Yes, a little.
It's all right now. Come on. Let's go and have a cup of tea.
All right. You see, Sergeant, I said he was a nice young man.
Goodbye, Mrs. Russell. What did you say about young men with long hair?
Me? I said I like them. They're very nice. They offer people cups of tea.
Oh, that's what you said. All right, I'll get you one.
Thanks.
I like young men with long hair, too.
He said his name was David. He told me he lived in Brightsea.
Olha aí. He said, he told me, ele disse, ele me disse, ele disse a mim. Vamos ver, está no quadro. Vamos repetir estas frases que você viu durante o nosso vídeo. He said. O que ele disse? He said his name was David. He said his name was David. Aqui você poderia colocar that. Ele disse que. He said that his name was David. Mas no vídeo você viu, he said his name was David. Repeat that. Come on. He said his name was David. Very good. He told me. Ele contou para mim. Ele me disse, também é dizer. He told me he lives in Brightsea. To live, morar. Brightsea, uma cidade. He told me he lives in Brightsea. Repeat. He told me he lives in Brightsea. Very good. Aqui também você poderia colocar that. He told me that he lives in Brightsea. Repeat. He told me that he lives in Brightsea. Very good. He said he used to live. Aqui uma expressão importante. Used to é uma coisa que eu fazia, costumava fazer, mas não faço mais. Então, he used to live in Brightsea. Ele costumava morar em Brightsea. Ele morava. Não mora mais, hein? Quando diz used to é porque não mora mais. He said he used to live in Brightsea. Repeat. He said he used to live in Brightsea. Very good. Mais uma frase. Now he lives in London. Now he lives in London. Como é he, terceira pessoa, leva um S aqui no verbo. Now he lives in London. Repeat. Now he lives in London. Good. Mais uma frase para você. He told me. Vou usar outra caneta para ficar bonitinho, tudo verdinho. He told me that. He told me. He told me. That he took his exams. He took, to take. To take é pegar, é fazer. To take exams é fazer exames. He took exams. He told me that he took exams last week. Last week. Então, o que foi que ele me disse? He told me, ele me disse que fez exames na semana passada. He told me he took his exams last week. Repeat. He told me that he took exams last week. Very good, very good. Podemos continuar mais um trechinho do Follow Me.
What did he tell you? What did he say? What did he tell you? What did he say? He said his name was David. He said he lived in Brightsea. He said he was a student at the university. He told me, and now I'm telling you, and every word was true. He told you his name was David. That's right. He told you he lived in Brightsea. Yes, yes. He told you he was a student. Yes, he did. And he studied at the university. That's right, he did. That's right, he did. He told me, and now I'm telling you, and every word was true.
Inglês com música. Para quem tem bom gosto, é bem verdade que no outro programa as músicas são melhores, né? Você não acha? Mas essa música dizia o quê? Ele me disse que ele estava na universidade, ele me disse que era um estudante, ele me disse que o nome dele era David e cada palavra era verdade. Então ele estava falando a verdade. And every word was true. Cada palavra era verdade. Podemos continuar então com Follow Me? Vamos lá.
Mary, before you go, can you read French?
Well, yes, a little.
I've got a letter here. It's about a summer course you can do in France. Joyce, my wife, wrote to them about it.
Let's see.
What do they want to know?
It says, person taking the course, please give full name,
Full name. Yes?
address and telephone number.
Yes?
They want to know if the person is married or single, male or female.
Right, I've got that.
And they want to know date and place of birth.
Okay.
Now, what's this? Oh, yes. They want to know if you've done any courses in cooking before. Cooking? So that's the course. French cooking.
Yes. You see, I told my wife the other day that she was a good housewife, but not a very good cook.
You told her that? Wasn't she angry?
No, not at all. She said I was right. And a few days later, she wrote about this course.
So she's going to do the course during the holiday.
Well, no. I am. What do they want to know?
They want to know.
Então, o que será que eles queriam saber? What did they want to know? Está no quadro, veja bem. They want to know if the person is married or single. They want to know, eles querem saber. They want to know, repeat that, please. They want to know if, se, the person is married or single. Eles querem saber se a pessoa é casada ou solteira. They want to know if the person is married or single. Repeat. They want to know if the person is married or single. Very good. Date and place of birth. Data e local de nascimento. Birth, com TH no final. Birth, nascimento. Date and place of birth. Repeat. Date and place of birth. Very good. Então, they want to know the date and place of birth. Repeat. They want to know the date and place of birth. Good. They want to know if you've done any courses of cooking before. If you've done, you have done, se você já fez, any courses of cooking, algum curso de cozinha, de culinária, before, antes. Eles querem saber se você já fez algum curso de cozinha antes. They want to know if you've done any courses of cooking before. Repeat. They want to know if you've done any courses of cooking before. Very good. I told my wife she wasn't a good cook. Repeat. I told my wife she wasn't a good cook. Mas dizer para a mulher que ela não é uma boa cozinheira não é uma boa ideia, não é? Então vamos ver, follow me.
It's Harry Jackson.
What does he want to know?
He wants to know if anyone is going to the meeting this evening.
Tell him somebody will be along.
Hello, someone will come.
Can I help you?
Oh, yes. I'd like to hire a Ford Cortina, please.
Yes, how long would you like it for?
About 2 weeks.
I'll have a look if I have one.
Thank you.
What does she want to know?
Oh, she wants to know how long we need the car.
Sergeant. Ah, Jenkins.
Yes, Sergeant.
Your first night here.
Yes.
Well, first things first, Jenkins.
Yes, Sergeant.
Sit down, Jenkins.
Yes, Sergeant.
That man.
That man, Sergeant?
That man over there. Can you see him?
Yes, Sergeant.
He is the most dangerous man in Britain.
Is he?
Yes. His name is William Naylor, Jenkins. He was born in this town, and he went to the local school around the corner. He was there from September until October 1953. But he didn't like the school, Jenkins.
No?
No. And there isn't a school there now. There was a fire, you see, in October 1953. A big fire. And no more school.
Oh.
Do you think William Naylor is married, Jenkins?
I don't know, Sergeant.
He was married. But his wife had an accident. His second wife had an accident, too. And his third wife. And his fourth. And his fifth.
Good heavens.
He doesn't like policemen, Jenkins. He doesn't like young policemen. Young policemen who meet William Naylor don't become old policemen. Do you understand?
Yes, Sergeant.
So be careful.
Yes, Sergeant.
He's the most dangerous man in Britain. He was born in this town. He went to the local school.
Olha aí, he was born. He was born, ele nasceu. Então, date of birth é a data de nascimento. He was born, ele nasceu. Tá no quadro, veja bem. He was born in this town. He was born in this town. Town é uma cidade pequena. He was born in this town. Repeat. He was born in this town. Very good. He went to the local school. The local school. A escola local. He went, olha o passado de go. He went to the local school. Repeat. He went to the local school. Você está repetindo, né? Sem repetir, não se aprende uma língua. Ok? There was a fire. Houve um fogo, um incêndio. There was a fire. Repeat. There was a fire. Houve um incêndio. A big fire. A big fire. Repeat. A big fire. Very good. His first, second, third, and fourth wives had accidents. Olha, essa frase é terrível. Sua primeira, segunda, terceira e quarta esposas tiveram acidentes. So, his first, second, third, and fourth wives had accidents. Repeat. His first, second, third, and fourth wives had accidents. Very good. Podemos continuar? Mais um trechinho do Follow Me.
Right. It's time to go out on the beat. Let's join a British bobby as he leaves the police station for a walk through his area. It's not unusual to see a policeman walking around the streets like this. It happens in most British towns and villages.
Morning, children. Hello. All right. Where are you all off to today, then? Oh, yeah. What are you going in there for? Hey, do you not know? Gonna have a look around the police station? You've been in there before? Glad to hear that. See you later, then. Ta-da. Bye-bye. Ta-da. Bye-bye. Ta-da. Ta-da.
He's there to help people, if he can. He always has a lot of people stopping him to ask questions.
Have you got the Woolworths in here?
Yeah,
Big,
the main
shop?
shopping street is
Yes.
that street there. See where the traffic lights are?
Oh, okay.
In between the traffic lights, walk along there.
Okay.
Woolworths is on the left-hand side of the road, about 300 yards.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Right then.
Next time you're in Britain and have a problem, ask a policeman.
Olha só o policial trabalhando. Dizem que no mundo ideal os policiais são ingleses, os cozinheiros são italianos, os mecânicos são alemães e os amantes são brasileiros. Ah, você concorda? Vamos ver então aqui no quadro. He always has people stopping him. Esses são os policiais. He always has people stopping him. Ele sempre tem gente que o para, gente que para ele na rua para tomar informação. He always, always quer dizer sempre. He always has people stopping him. Repeat. He always has people stopping him. Very good. Mais uma frase. It's not unusual. It's not unusual to see a police officer walking. Essa frase é comprida. On the streets. Olha aí. Não é incomum like this. On the streets like this. Olha só. It's not unusual. Não é incomum to see a police officer, ver um oficial de polícia, um policial, walking on the streets, andando nas ruas like this. Vamos repetir essa frase? Tudo de uma vez só, vamos lá. It's not unusual to see a police officer walking on the streets like this. Ah, come on. It's not unusual to see a police officer walking on the streets like this. Very good. Podemos continuar? Tem mais um trechinho de Follow Me.
Well, it's time to remind you of the English we've learnt today. He said his name was David. He told me he lived in Brightsea. What do they want to know? They want to know He was born in this town. He went to the local school.
Keep away! Keep away!
E aí, está preparado para a próxima aula? Lição 20, lição 32. 32 lições você já fez, hein? Que beleza! Na próxima lição 33, lesson 33. 33. Esse número é bonito, hein? Tô contando com você. Bye, bye!